The Life and Sad Ending of Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was born Nicolas Kim Coppola on January 7th, 1964, in Long Beach, California, USA. He was raised in a Catholic family. His father was of Italian descent, and his mother was of German and Polish ancestry. His paternal grandparents were composer Carmine Coppola and actress Italia Pennino, and his paternal great-grandparents were immigrants from Bernalda, Basquialta. He attended Beverly Hills High School, which is known for its many alumni who became entertainers. He aspired to act from an early age and also attended UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television. At 15 years old, he tried to convince his uncle, Francis Ford Coppola, to give him a screen test, telling him, "I'll show you acting." His outburst was met with silence in the car. By this stage of his career, Coppola had already directed Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Gene Hackman, and Robert De Niro. To avoid the appearance of nepotism as Coppola's nephew, he changed his name early in his career to Nicolas Cage, inspired in part by the Marvel comic superhero Luke Cage. He is also known to have a hard time with a love story. Cage has been married 4 times. His first wife was actress Patricia Arquette, married in April of 1995, divorced finally in 2001. Cage's second marriage was to singer and songwriter Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley. Presley and Cage married on August 10, 2002, and filed for divorce 107 days later on November 25, 2002. The divorce was finalized on May 16, 2004. Cage's third wife is Alice Kim. They were married at a private ranch in North Carolina on July 30, 2004. She gave birth to their son, Kal-El, on October 3, 2005. The couple separated on January of 2016 and finalized their divorce later that year. In March of 2019, Cage married Erica Koike in Las Vegas, only to file an annulment 4 days later. In June 2019, Cage was granted a divorce from Koike. Since his film debut with a minor role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High opposite Judge Reinhold and Sean Penn, Cage has appeared in a wide range of films, both mainstream and offbeat. He auditioned for the role of Dallas Winston in his uncle's film The Outsiders, based on the S.E. Hilton novel, but lost it to Matt Dillon. He was also in Coppola's film Rumblefish and Peggy Sue Got Married. Other Cage roles included appearances in the acclaimed 1987 romantic comedy film Moonstruck, also starring Cher, the Coen brothers' cult classic Raising Arizona, and David Lynch's film from 1990 Wild at Heart. A lead role in Martin Scorsese's 1999 New York City paramedic drama Bringing Out the Dead, Ridley Scott's 2003 black comedy crime film Matchstick Men, in which he played a con artist with obsessive-compulsive disorder. Cage has been nominated twice for an Academy Award, winning once for his performance as a suicidal alcoholic in Leaving Las Vegas. His other nomination was for his portrayal of real-life screenwriter Charlie Kaufman in Kaufman's fictional twin Donald in Adaptation. Despite these successes, most of his lower-profile films have performed poorly at the box office compared to his mainstream action-adventure roles. The suspense thriller 8mm is considered a cult film. He took the lead role in 2001 film Captain Corel's Mandolin and learned to play the mandolin from scratch for the part. He made his directorial debut in 2002's Sunny. In 2005, 2 films he headlined, Lord of War and The Weatherman, failed to find a significant audience despite nationwide releases and good reviews for his performances. Most of Cage's movies that have achieved financial success were in the action-adventure drama. In his second highest grossing film to date, National Treasure, he plays an eccentric historian who goes on a dangerous adventure to find treasure hidden in the founding fathers of the United States. Other action hits include The Rock, in which Cage plays a young FBI chemical weapons expert who infiltrates Alcatraz Island in hope of neutralizing a terrorist threat. Face Off, a John Woo film where he plays both a hero and a villain in a World Trade Center director Oliver Stone's film about the September 11th attacks. He had a small but notable role as the Chinese criminal mastermind Dr. Fu Manchu in Rob Zombie's fake trailer Werewolf Woman in the SS from the B-movie double feature Grindhouse. In 2008, Cage appeared as Joe, a contract killer who undergoes a change of heart while on work outing at Bangkok in the film Bangkok Dangerous. The film is shot by the Pang brothers and has distinctly Southeast Asian flavor. In 2009, Cage starred in science fiction thriller Knowing, directed by Alex Proyas. In the film, he plays an MIT professor who examines the contents of a time capsule unearthed at its son's elementary school. The film received mainly negative reviews, but was a box office winner its opening weekend. Also in 2009, Cage starred in the film The Bad Lieutenant, Port of the Call of New Orleans, directed by the acclaimed German director Werner Herzog. He portrayed a corrupt police officer with gambling, drug, and alcohol addictions. The film was very well received by critics, holding a rating of 87 positive reviews on the review website Rotten Tomatoes. Cage was lauded for his performance, with Michael Phillips of the Chicago Tribune writing, "Herzog has found his ideal interpreter, a performer whose truth lies deep in the artifice of performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicolas Cage at his finest." Cage was arrested in New Orleans' French Quarter district on April 15, 2011 for suspicion of domestic abuse battery, disturbing the peace, and public intoxication. A police officer was flagged down on onlookers after Cage allegedly grabbed his wife's upper arm while appearing to be under the influence of alcohol. Cage was held in police custody until a bail of $11,000 was posted by Dwayne "Dog" Chapman. He was later ordered to appear in court on May 31, 2011. The New Orleans District Attorney announced that the charges against Cage had been dropped on May 5th of 2011. In 2012, Cage reprised the role of Ghost Rider's sequel, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. He voiced the character Grudge Crude in the animated film The Croods, which was released in 2013. The Croods received positive reviews from critics and was a box office success, grossing in over $585 million against a budget of $135 million. In 2013, he also starred in Joe, an independent crime drama film directed and co-produced by David Gordon Green, an adaptation from Larry Brown's 1991 novel of the same name. In this film, Nicolas Cage is a tormented man who hires a 15-year-old boy and protects him from his abusive father. Cage starred alongside Selma Blair and Ann Winters in Brian Taylor's horror comedy film Mom and Dad, which premiered at the Midnight Madness section of the 2017 Toronto International Film Festival. He was released in theaters on January 19, 2018, and received positive reviews from critics, with review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes defining his performance as over the top. Director John Waters appreciated the film, naming Mom and Dad as one of the best movies of 2018, placing it fourth on his personal top list. Cage voiced Superman in the animated film Teen Titans Go! To the movies. He had originally been slated to portray Superman in Tim Burton's canceled Superman film Superman Lives in the 1990s. He also voiced Peter Parker, Spider-Man Noir, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Cage based his character, a dark and monochromatic alternative version to Peter Parker from the 1930s universe, on the film of Humphrey Bogart, specifically the voice of the actors in the era such as James Cagney and Edward G. Robinson. Many people say that Nicolas Cage is suffering from heavy alcoholism and is in a poor state of health. We are still in the process of verifying the above information. Wish you have a great day and work and loved ones. Good job.